guys and girls, and welcome to the channel. A few years ago I put up a epic American Civil War battle report, and it was one of the first that went up on YouTube, and it's got about 8,000 views. It's one of my highest viewed videos, and I really like the epic scale. And since that video was produced, my armies have expanded quite considerably. I think I spent about 8 months painting epic figures, and I'm thinking at the point where I've got like 15 regiments for each side, plus cavalry. I've got quite a few of the Saracen terrain, so I'm going to do a campaign. And my area, a lot of people who want to play epic American Civil War, well, epic games in general. There's a lot of bolt action and Warhammer 40k around here, but not so much the epic American Civil War, and it's something I want to play. So my plan is I'm going to do some solo gaming. So my plan is to do Jackson's Valley campaign, pack of commanders from Warlord, both the Confederate one and the Union one. I've also gone on Peter Pig and ordered some of their figures, because they do a range of 15mm American Civil War, and you can get a lot of the commanders that you don't get from Warlord from Peter Pig. So if you're interested in any extra commanders, you can get them from Peter Pig. I think I've got Beauregard, and I can't remember, I think it's Hood. I think are the ones I've got from Peter Pig for the Confederates. Can't remember who I've got for the Union at the moment, but I've got a few now. So that is what I was sort of lacking, additional commanders for my forces, to be able to make larger games. So now what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to do the Jackson Valley campaign. Now I've done a map, which I'll put up on the screen now. So here is the map. Here's the map of the Shenandoah Valley. I don't know how you pronounce it. Obviously I'm UK and not that great on American pronunciations, so I hope I'm right or I'm close. But if I call it Jackson's Valley campaign, then obviously you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plan a campaign, and the rules I'm going to use are in this book by Donald Featherstone, Wargaming Campaign, and he actually has a Valley campaign down the back of the book. I'll quickly find it. So that one there. Stonewall Jackson and the Shenandoah Valley American Civil War. So that's the campaign. So I'm not going to use this campaign exactly, but I'm using the version of it. So I want to give this Donald Featherstone credit, using his sort of campaign as a basis. In the campaign it says that you split your map into squares, but I've done mine in hexes. So it's squares are fine, but you can only go up, down, left or right. With hexes you've got 6 directions of movement, and so you can be more fluid with your direction of travel. So anyway, the Union forces will be moving at 4 hexes a turn, and the Confederate forces will be moving at 6, because Jackson was known for getting his men to move very quick around the area. So how the campaign roughly works is there will be 3 Union forces. The Army of Shenandoah under Sheridan, which will start in Winchester. The Army of West Virginia under Crook, which will start in Winchester, Martinsburg, and the 6th Army Corps under Ricketts with just that and Harper's Ferry. And then Jackson's forces will start in Staunton. Now, the whole idea of the campaign was the Union didn't know where Jackson was. He was sort of running like sort of hit and run tactics up and down the valley, and he didn't know where he was. So to represent that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use three flags for the Confederates. One of them will be Jackson's forces. The other two will be decoys. And I say so during gameplay on the map, the Union forces can move 4 hexes and the Confederate forces can move 6 to represent Jackson's ability to get around a lot quicker than he should have done. Or did really well motivating his forces to move quick and prevent the Union troops from leaving the valley and going and supporting some attack elsewhere. I think it was Richmond. Jackson's mission was to hold up the Union forces, which he did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Union, and I'm going to try and find Jackson. Now, the campaign is set as 2 players playing against each other. Now, because I'm going to play solo, I'm going to move the Union forces round, and I'm going to have to find a way. I don't know if anybody else could suggest it, a way of randomly moving the Confederate flags. I'm not going to know which flag is going to be Jackson's force. That's going to be blind, and what it'll be is we'll move the flags round, and if I make contact with one of the flags, then what I'll do is I'll just roll a dice, and on a 3+, that's Jackson. That's one way of doing it. Or I'll have, I don't know, I'll have 3 envelopes, one for each flag. 2 of them will be blank and one will say Jackson inside. And then what I'll do is when I contact a flag, I'll pick up an envelope, open it. If it's blank, then it's one of the decoys. But then at least I will know that it's one of the other 2 is going to be Jackson's forces. And then I can go on like that. But if I open it and it's Jackson, then I will play a battle of epic American Civil War, and we'll see whether the Unions can stop Jackson in his tracks, or whether Jackson can do some damage to the Unions and then get away and go and pester one of the other Union units that are in the valley. So that's the outline. That's what my plan is. So first up I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with an idea for, I think I might use the envelope idea. So I'm going to get the map. I'm going to try and print the map off A3 size, quite large. Get some tokens made up to represent the forces. And then what I'll do is I'll start doing the campaign, moving the tokens as such around the map. And then when we're making a counter, then what I'll do is I'll play a game of epic American Civil War. So stay tuned, and for the first round of a campaign, when we get the map out and the counters, and we'll start the movement phase. I'll see how we get on. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.